What up, y'all? It's your favorite cousin, your bald-headed brethren, Cool Rich, back in this mug, and we about to have a good conversation about fall fragrances, because that's my second favorite season. First being spring, because I'm a May baby, so I always love my favorite. Gotta keep it within my area, my orbit. But nevertheless, outside of that, because that's my favorite time to wear fragrances. Next to that is fall, and fall is coming up at the towards the end of September, and you see that the weather starts to fluctuate around that point in time. So right now it's somewhat in the higher 70s and stuff like that, but it's been fluctuating between the 60s and 70s. So you might start seeing some people wearing some hoodies within the next couple of weeks. If you got a kid that's wearing a hoodie right now, please go ahead and thump them upside the head, because why are you wearing a hoodie? That is completely unnecessary in 80 and 90 degree weather. But coming in the future, in the fall time, we definitely want to have you smelling right, because I saw a couple of people make some posts on Facebook talking crazy about fall fragrances, that they hate the fall for the fragrance season. Yeah, that is your fault and the people that you be around. Okay, I just want to make sure that you are understanding of that, because fall fragrances are amazing, and if you only smell cinnamon and all that stuff like that, if that's what you primarily smell, then yeah, you not really banging in the fall fragrance category extensively. So go ahead and sit back and relax. Let's go ahead and have this conversation, because we got to clear up a couple of misconceptions about fall real quick. All right, so chill out. So, welcome back, and we make sure that we have to do the housekeeping. We always got to make sure about that. So, make sure that you do like, share, and subscribe to the content. Turn on those notification bells, so that way anytime that we upload some content, we always trying to keep stuff updated and going. But one thing that I would want to talk about, because I love this fragrance so much, this mug is fire, and this is Burberry Hero. Burberry Hero. Maybe I might got that a little too close. But what you got here, got that bergamot, juniper, black pepper, and I'm not gonna lie, this is a wonderful mix of wood fragrances, like wood notes. The wood notes in this, man. Look, so here's the issue. A lot of times when it comes to dealing with some wood notes, wood fragrances, some people end up getting turned off because it can be a little too green. Whew, that mug smells fire. I don't know if you haven't gotten your hands on this, you need to. But some people end up, feeling like the wood aspect can be a little bit redundant, especially when you're looking at just the green aspect of it and things like that. Sometimes it can smell too earthy, sometimes it can smell too synthetic, or just too bland. Let's put it that way, right? But because of the complexity of how they use these notes, it's crazy. So it gives you like a different appreciation to the wood fragrances, because I will say, I would dare to compare that this may be one of the best wood fragrances that you would actually have out, especially, and this is the EDT. This is not even the EDP. The EDT is just this good. So I can only imagine how much better that the EDP is going to be. So I'm gonna end up having to add that to the collection. Nevertheless, it has what we got up in here. We got the juniper and black pepper. We got some bergamot up in this mug, so it gives like that good sweetness to it. I mean, that more citrusy vibe and everything. But at the same time, the Atlas, Virginian, and Himalayan cedar, I don't know how they kind of like it's not, because there is something that's similar to this. I want to say Byredo Gypsy Water. So that gives me Byredo Gypsy Water vibes. But if it's giving me that type of vibes, that gives you the indication that this is quality. So I don't know. You gotta understand, like, Byredo is a good, like, they make wonderful fragrances. Like, that's one of the top top fragrance houses out. And if this smells similar to that, you're not doing yourself a disservice by adding this to your collection, especially for the fall, because at the end of the day, you want to smell wonderful, but you may not want to smell like everybody else. Remember, they already said there's going to be extra cinnamony and everything like that, and you know, what else did they say? They said a few other stuff. It was just like, why? Why do y'all gotta complain about that? But nevertheless, I can understand it, because if you're looking at certain different other fragrances that just got that extra cinnamon punch, it's like it gets a little, you know, you ain't trying to really deal with that yeah. But as far as with this mug, you're not going to have any problems with dealing with these wood notes, especially with that citrus balance, the juniper as well, and the black pepper is kind of like you have a great mixture of different notes, and that wood aspect is probably one of the best that I've seen done, especially by a general house, like a designer house. So hey, this great fragrance, add this to your collection, Burberry Hero. This next one, you know that I feel some type of way about it, and I've had this in my other videos because, I mean, hey, this is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. You can tell by how much juice I've used. And for the fall time, this is really one of the best times coming up to use it. I'm not going to say right now is the best time because it's still summer, and this mug is definitely a power puncher. So yeah, you kind of want to be cautious about it, but at the same time, this mug is fire. So what are we talking about? This is Daniel Hosier Ombre Tabac. And I'll drop my top. All right. And we got some, hold on, let me spray real quick. Okay. All right. Get some incense. You definitely smell the incense in the bergamot. Bergamot is a great top note. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you don't, like, most great fragrances have a bergamot top note. But patchouli, sandalwood, I could definitely smell that. Y'all know patchouli is one of my favorite notes of all time. On top of that, you already getting that amber, that vanilla, and that tobacco. That in itself, that work, mix that with the cold air. Mix that with the cold air. I don't think y'all understand what I'm telling you, because you're talking about the top notes with the bergamot and everything, so that gives more of like that more citrus, but yes, still, and the incense still got that, you know, that incense punch. But sandalwood and the patchouli gives it more like that earthier type of woody, more like lavendery type of vibe. So you start to move towards that way, right? Start going towards an earthier, woody type of vibe in the mids. But when you get to the base, that's where it shines. I'm gonna be honest. This is where it shines. Like, the base is where it shines. The tobacco, the amber, and vanilla, that mixture alone, right there, it's freaky. Because at the same time, I'm telling you, during the great thing about fall is that you end up having that person close and next up to you. So that person isn't going to be hot, sticky, sweaty, or anything like that. So when you get a good whiff of that cologne, you're getting a good whiff of that tobacco, that amber, that vanilla, that patchouli, and everything like that hits you. And certain notes register to women. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I would definitely say that this will be a great fragrance to add to your collection. Again, Daniel Hosier, Ombre Tabac. And the grand finale, the one that's going to end up, you know, securing the last spot. It's one of my favorites. This was my introduction into this fragrance house. My lady actually bought me this because I was telling her about the fragrances that I like. She ended up getting it for me. I don't know if it was for Sweetie's Day or for my birthday at some point, or Valentine's Day. Nevertheless, that fragrance has been in my collection and has been a staple. That is Parfums de Marly cologne. And wonderful, somewhat off-putting thing to most people. Well, some people, I'm not going to say most, because a lot of people, at first this came off real good to a lot of people, but then it ended up coming off with some mixed reviews. And when it was getting those mixed reviews, it was about the blood orange in this, because it does have the spices and everything, but it does have a very hard hit of that blood orange and that black pepper, but it starts off so smooth. Some people even say that it comes off like Baccarat Rouge 540. A lot of people have said that, even though I don't get that. I don't get that at all. Club de Nuit, Club de Nuit Club de Nuit Untold, that one smells more like Baccarat Rouge 540 than this. But this just smells really, really, really good. And it's like, it starts off with that blood orange, that pepper, and the spices, but the mids it's like once that actually fades away, and it fades away, I'll say probably within that top note, it doesn't stay around too long, but when it does fade away, that lavender and that orange blossom just really, really, really take over, like, and it just starts to really become like a hard hitter. You know what I'm saying? So make sure I put this up real quick, because like, I ain't gonna lie, if you ever have bought Parfums de Marly bottle, you know that the cap is pretty tough. So my bottle is starting to get that little ring around it and stuff. So I don't know, you know. But nevertheless, you know, you got the woody notes. The tonka bean is up in here, some moss, that amber, and some sandalwood. So you're getting a good mix of a lot of different things that you usually will want to find in the fall. You got the amber, the sandalwood, the woody notes, and things like that. You also got some lavender. So it's a good balance, and it just becomes more of a smoother fragrance as it goes on, and it packs a punch. That's the good thing about it. You're not gonna miss. It lasts about 10 hours on my skin, give or take, and my clothes. Well, on my clothes it smells longer than that, but while I'm on skin, like, I can spray this and pretty much for the rest of the day I'm good. No bull, because I've done that so many times before, where I remember my lady even asked me, like, did you spray again? I'm like, nah. It's like, oh, you smell good. I can still smell it from this morning. So this, you will not do yourself a disservice adding this to your collection. It's real smooth, it's real pleasing to the nose. A lot of people like it, some don't, but some just more like to be contrarians instead of just admitting that they like stuff. So, you know, at the end of the day, get your nose on it, see if you want to add it to your collection. This is Parfums de Marly Cologne. All right, so, hey man, appreciate y'all for just tapping in and tuning in for, you know, another cool, rich video, because at the end of the day, we trying to build up on our collections, trying to look smooth, you know, smell good, and be our best selves, you know. So I got on that nice little Ralph Ralph joint, you know what I'm saying? It's good throwback. You don't know if y'all know nothing about that. That good. It's kind of like a starter jacket, but this the Ralph Lauren. So yeah, and it's official. So don't sit up here and be like, oh, you gonna, no, this is official. But this, and I got it from the Ralph Lauren store. But as far as just the whole fact of the matter is that I appreciate y'all for, you know, tapping in and tuning in to the content. Y'all could have been anywhere, but you're here kicking it with me, kicking it with the cool, rich community and the family. So just hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that share button. Hit that notification bell, so that way anytime I drop some content, y'all will be notified about that as soon as possible. So hey, I appreciate y'all, much love, and let's keep continuing the cycle. Let's get, matter of fact, forget 500. Let's go for 1,000. You know what I'm saying? We getting close to 100 already. So let's go for 1,000, man. Let's go ahead and up the bar and up the ante. So we're going for 1,000 subscribers. Let's try to do that within the next, let's say, 60 days. All right, so let's say within the next 60 days, let's try to get it up to about 1,000 subscribers. We almost got it to 100 within the last 30, so I appreciate that. So let's try to get it up to 1,000 within the next 60. I get to 1,000 within the next 60, once I get monetized, I will send somebody out. I will actually send someone a free fragrance on me. So they would just have to, send me a quick little inbox or something like that, or I'll put my email down below. You can hit me up and then we can go from there. But hey, I appreciate y'all. I hope that y'all have a great day, great evening, and y'all take it easy, man. Peace and love.